the unfortunate thing is many businesses are suffering, small businesses and individuals, and I do apologize to everyone for the music play. We're talking tonight with Raynard Teddy Bear Jackson, Black Americans for a Better Future Chairman and Pulitzer Prize nominee. You can find him at Raynard1223. My excitement for getting him on the air, I left the music playing. There you go. So true. I apologize to everybody. I wanted to ask you tonight regarding the decision in the Supreme Court today centered around John Roberts, who seems to be swinging from both sides of the plate now, that it is okay to use taxpayer funds for Christian schools. And I wanted to get your thought. Is that revolutionary to the point where people say that there is no separation between church and state? Is that good, bad, or indifferent?
Well, yeah, buddy, John, I don't understand what the heck he's doing. I wish he would just join the Democratic Party and make it official. I don't understand how you can claim to be a strict constructionist and yet your judicial opinions are most of them on the liberal side. So I don't know, maybe they put something in his Kool-Aid or something, but it's amazing. But I agree with that particular decision, that religious institutions can take federal money. Heck, I went to Oral Roberts University, one of the preeminent religious schools in the country, and I was able to use my Pell grants and other financial instruments from the federal government to pay for that. So we've been doing it all along. But again, in recent years, the liberals are hell-bent, pun intended, on eradicating any mention of God, religion, values, and morals from the public square. But it's okay to get money to Planned Parenthood, but it's not okay to get money to Notre Dame or a private chartered religious school. So the liberals are just trying to have it both ways, and this is not San Francisco.
Yep, exactly. But here's the thing: separation of church and state. Let me play devil's advocate here and let you know that Ginsburg and Kagan and Sotomayor will tell you that there is a definite separation, that there is a wall between church and state, and that any obtrusion to that particular wall is unconstitutional. What say you, sir?
Well, I wish I could get a wall erected to hide me from their ruling. That's what we need a wall to do. Yeah, and again, my personal example, I went to a religious college, and according to their logic, I would not have qualified for a Pell Grant or other financial instruments to go to a religious school. I would have had to have all private money to do that. So, I don't agree with their positioning whatsoever, because, again, Notre Dame University, Brandeis University, Yeshiva University, they're Jewish schools, and they are religious oriented, and they take federal money. So I don't get that.
Well, can't you see that there's corruptibility with taking federal monies?
It's okay to take money from China to set up one of these Confucius Institutes, right? Okay. I just want to make sure we're on the same page.
Exactly. See, but you can't take federal money at a liberal college and be corrupted. But you can take it at a Catholic institution and become corrupted. Don't you see?
No question, because of course we know these liberal arts institutions, the Harvard and Yale, they're not indoctrinating their students, they're teaching them history, Abraham Lincoln, Robert E. Lee, and things like that. And so, they don't want to teach about slavery. So so these major universities are not political and propaganda instruments at all. No, they're just straight by the book. So I agree with you.
Raynard Teddy Bear Jackson with us tonight. Woodrow Wilson, I know that you grew up with him, and he was a nice man. But apparently Princeton University has decided to take his name out of Princeton University's major facilities, the great Woodrow Wilson, because he was a, how do you say it, racist. And so what Cornel West and others are agitated by at this point is that Princeton didn't go through a bunch of council discussions and committee discussions and then finding out best practices. They just stripped the name off of the school. Do you think Cornel West is right that there should have been some deliberation about all of this?
Oh, I got stuck when you said strip.
Don't worry, Bonnie's not here. I won't get fined.
No, but this is total insanity, and unfortunately, you have a lot of conservatives that's participating in this psychobabble game of work. No, there should not be any committee set up. If we're going to take down all these names, how about taking down the name of Yale University? Yale, the school is named after what they slaved on, as a matter of fact. And not only that, but he was knee-deep involved in the buying and selling of slavery, which is how he funded Yale University. So when are they going to take down that name as well? And so this whole notion, again, Ken, I keep telling you, weak people take strong positions on weak issues. Now, all these statue removal and replacement, tell me how many jobs this created. Tell me how many black kids have been prevented from being murdered as a result of time. How many jobs these have created. This is much ado about nothing, and too many conservatives are becoming complicit in this whole charade. It is a charade, and I won't have any part to do with this foolishness.
Exactly. Tonight, the left has decided that because COVID-19 is not much of an issue for President Trump, that they have to move to Russia again. And there was a release of classified documentation to the New York Times in which they came out with a story that the Russians had bounties placed upon American troops in Afghanistan. Now, the Pentagon and other defense departments and intelligence agencies stated that that was uncorroborated. It was something that they were investigating, but no decision had been made to even present that evidence to the President of the United States, as it was not exculpatory. No proven facts. But Senator Schumer goes on to the Senate floor and he blames the president for the loss of lives in Afghanistan, and that he allowed Russia to put bounties on our troops in Afghanistan. Does that story make sense to you? And does it make sense for the Democrats to use that going into the election?
Well, no more. You have to look at the source. It was Bernstein from the Woodward Bernstein fame of Watergate. He wrote it. We both know he's anti-Trump. And again, this is supposed to be a journalist, and he is in violation of every society, professional journalism, the SPJ, their Bible for journalism, where you're not supposed to use anonymous sources unless it's absolutely necessary, and you're supposed to have more than one corroborating witness, which he doesn't. And again, I'm telling you and your audience, from here on out, you're going to continue to see stories like this because the liberal media think there's blood in the water on Trump's candidacy for re-election, and they have coordinated and synchronized. They're trying to get the American people to think Trump is a Dr. Frankenstein. He's down in the White House lab, just embarrassing us, putting the American national security in danger, and none of those things are happening, but yet they want to create the narrative that Trump is in over his head. He doesn't take his daily briefing. How would they know that in light of that? This is all classified information, and we both know that you cannot believe these institutions that are run by liberals. And so, but again, if the liberal media continue to repeat the same lie enough time, a lot of the American people will assume it's the truth, and that's why conservatives better get up off their butts and start taking a strong stand and start defending conservatism and quit letting the liberals win the media battle.
You know, there's those out there that just have a feeling that Donald Trump is going to lose. They feel it.
Well, I had a feeling I was with Halle Berry until I woke up and found out she wasn't there. So, I mean, you know, so people who keep going by their feelings, again, with no facts associated with it, but the media is trying to actively impact the election, and a lot of this stuff is coming through foreign adversaries from North Korea, Russia, China, and wait till that gets exposed publicly, how the liberal media, Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates and Zuckerberg, all these guys are in bed literally with the Chinese Communist Party and promoting a lot of these rumors that you're reading about Trump. He's supposed to be mentally unstable. Well, you know, anyone that thinks they should be president has a healthy dose of their self-worth. So name me one U.S. president that hasn't been arrogant. But how did that prove that this president is putting the country in danger? It doesn't. It's a narrative that the media is creating with the help of foreign intelligence, and that story needs to be dealt with seriously.
Listen, Dr. Anthony Fauci has risen again. He's had more resurrections than Jesus. And so Dr. Fauci has come aboard before Congress and stated that there were going to be 100,000 new cases a day of COVID-19. So with that in mind, the left is encouraging the president to shut down the country again. What say you, sir? Are we going to have 100,000 new cases every single day?
Well, I'm amazed that it seems like every prediction Fauci makes turns out to be wrong. I mean, but again, I'm a scientist. I believe in data. So just because he has a history of being wrong, maybe this is going to be the one time he's right. And isn't that what science is all about? Taking the outlier and making that the policy.
Exactly.
I don't even know why the president still has him on the committee. He should be barred. He's a government worker. He should be barred from doing all these media interviews because, let me tell you something, man, he knows no more about what's going to happen tomorrow than you and I. So he's taking a crapshoot like everyone else at best.
Now, you understand science the way I do, that if you flatten a curve, you're just extenuating the circumstances over an extended period of time. That instead of having 1 million cases all in one particular time period, you have 1 million cases over 12 months. Does it make sense in this period of time where we have the greatest amount of heat, summer, which is one of the great destroyers of viruses, to continue with the facade of people wearing masks and staying locked up in their homes?
Well, yeah, that's what the media wants you to do. And if you look at the media coverage, they are doing everything in their power to scare people into staying at home. And you notice how they never have opposing scientists on a lot of their TV outlets because they want to give you the impression that this is settled science, and no, it is not settled science. You don't put these other guys with other opinions on TV, and so the American people think, well, they're scientists, so they must know what they're talking about. No, Americans need to start being active listeners when they watch TV, listen to the news, and read the news, as opposed to passive consumers, because the media has a narrative that they're trying to present and make you believe in, and if you're not a critical thinker, then you just believe everything they tell you. And again, Ken, listen, most of us don't know what the hell is going on. This is a pandemic, and most of the stuff we're learning on the fly. But the journalists and scientists want to be held out as knowing what the hell is going on, and they don't. And I wish sometimes it's just best to admit, I can't answer the question. I don't have an answer for you.
Exactly. I have never heard a doctor on the air say, I don't know. It would just be so reasonable. If you're a scientist, That's what science is about. I don't know, but I can observe and figure out. I want to ask you here in finality. Rasmussen has come out with a study that says black voter approval for Trump has surged to over 40%. Over 40% as a result of his law and order. Now that sounds a whole lot like Nixonian, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, again, you and your audience know I don't believe in polls. I don't put much stock in that, and there's no way Trump is at 40% in the black community. That's just not even remotely possible. And so again, Republicans, conservative, and Trump and his re-election need to stop going after this polling stuff and look at relationships with credible blacks like the Hurricanes and the Jennifer Carroll and people like that, and quit trying to find some easy path to victory. There are no substitute, kids, for having credible blacks talk about your message and having these credible blacks with seen on radio, TV, newspaper with this administration and the president and the vice president. We need the video footage, we need the photographs, we need the optics to go along with all the statistics. So until that happens, Ken, I don't want to hear about no 40% male, because if you believe that, I got 2 towers in New York I want to sell you.
I'm willing to buy them. I want to ask you finally here. The Tate Reeves, the governor of Mississippi, is going to sign a law that expires the Mississippi flag with the Confederate emblem inside of it. I want to ask you, does that make you want to support Mississippi and the president going down, holding a convention down, well, not a convention, but a pep rally or whatever in Mississippi as a result of that happening?
Well, Tate's a good friend of mine, and I have not called him about that yet, but I'm very disappointed in him because I think he's buckling into political pressure on the PC scale. And listen, you can have people on both sides of the Confederate flag situation, but that doesn't mean if you support the flying of the flag, somehow you're a racist. And too many conservatives are afraid to stand up and say, I'm not going to change. And I'm disappointed in Tate, and when I talk to him, I will let him know that. But I just think the pressure got so hot and heavy down there with, and let me tell you something, as soon as he takes the flag down, these same BlackLivesMatter and other activists going to turn around and call Tate Reeves a racist. So what is he accomplishing with this? Absolutely nothing.
There you go. There you go. That's why they called him the teddy bear. Raynard Teddy Bear Jackson, Black Americans for a Better Future chairman and Pulitzer Prize nominee. You can find him on Twitter at Raynard1223, or you can go to BAFBF.org and find him there. God bless you, sir. Thank you so much for all your writings and all of your insights.
I appreciate it, my man.
Thank you, man. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Raynard Teddy Bear Jackson.